This is John from Poor Man's Garage. We're moving along now. Okay, so these are the Miata head gaskets, same ones that I've been using for, well, I don't know, 5 years, I guess. So this says driver's side and it says front. So this said again, I lacquer thin in the block, lacquer thin in the gaskets. So it's all nice and clean. So it's driver's side, so that's the front of the motor. That's what I want. Sometimes these are a little tricky getting over the studs, but just all you gotta do is just go real easy with it. Go right on eventually. Okay, so this is front. Passenger side. That's the front motor, passenger side. It's like that. Make sure they're over the dowels. Okay. This one's over the dowels. There we go. Okay, now we get the cylinder heads. I keep everything in the other room. Figure out which one's which here. I gotta figure out which one's which now. This is the driver's side. So because this one's used and this one's not. So I grab it from the one intake port, the one exhaust port. Line it up. Slide on the studs. Just like that. So, gotta make sure the head's in the dowel. Now it's in the dowel. Just like that. Okay. Grab the other one. here. So it's the only one left. So once again, grab the exhaust port, grab the intake port, line up the stud. Slide it on nice and carefully. Nice and gentle. It's not on the dowels. One is on the dowels and the other one's not. Okay, now they're both on the dowels. Okay, all the dowels are heads all the way on the block. That's it. Now we, you can see I use these rubber gaskets. I don't use cork. I find that they're the best as the rubber gaskets. So now I find my my nuts. I put ARP Ultra Torque on my nuts and my washers, and I'm gonna start torquing cylinder heads. I gotta find my nuts. See you soon. Hello, this is John again from Poor Man's Garage. Our next step is that we're gonna put on the cylinder heads. So we gotta torque them down, put Ultra Torque on the studs, the washers, and the bolts. So I'm gonna show you the torque sequence, how to properly do it. So, grab our washers. Washers got Ultra Torque on it. If you don't know the sequence, all you gotta do is look into Chilton's service manual. You'll find the sequence on how to torque a small block Ford head. It's got 10 bolt patterns. So, these are ARP 12-point nuts that I use. So when the heads get torqued down to 100 pounds, and I do it in steps of 5. So you go 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 5 steps. Yesterday we put on the oil pan, and we put on the timing chain cover, water pump, the accessories. So the Permatex Ultra Blue is hardened overnight. So now we don't have to worry about anything leaking. You gotta wait at least overnight for your Ultra Blue to harden, or else the motor will leak like a sieve. Just running the nuts down by hand, as tight as I can get in my hand. And then we're going to start our torque sequence. So hopefully I can give you a better view of this. Start with the center one. We're going to go to 20 pounds. Let's go to 10 instead. 10. This one goes to 10. Next one's this. Bolt. 10 pounds. 10 pounds. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. So now we're going to go to 20. There's 20. 20. 20. 20. So it all took to 20 so far. Now we're going to 40. There's 40. 40. 40. 40. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60, 60, 60, I did 80. There's 80. 80. 80. Start to turn colors. 80. Start to turn red. 80. Better like it to 100. 80. 80. Okay, our last step is 100. Hundred. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. Okay. Now I'm going to go back, check it one more time, just to make sure none of the nuts move. If any of the nuts move, it's not at 100 pounds. You got to keep going to this. You're at 100.
Wicked out there.
Hello, this is John again from Poor Man's Garage. Okay, we got one cylinder head done. Now we got to do the other. I'm going to show you the torque sequence in the Chilton's manual, just in case you guys don't know what the sequence is. Here, I'll show you. Okay, this is a cylinder head bolt tightening sequence. You see that? This is right out of the Chilton's manual. Yeah, big block, small block. Really, I consider them both the same. I think actually one is for a left-handed guy and one's for a right-handed guy. I don't think there's. So if you don't know it, you can just lay it like there, right in the valley place. As long as the book don't have any dirt in it, and you could look at the book and do your sequence, or you could number the studs: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can do that too. You could just a little marker and mark the studs. So, anyways, got one done. One down, one more to go. So again, I'm going to start at 10. Center bolt start at 10. Just going to kind of snub it down a little bit. That's why I'm starting at 10. I'm just snubbing them down. Get them all even first. Get them all even. Getting the head gasket nice and flat. That's why I'm only starting at 10. Make sure that the head gasket's all nice and flat. So okay, we're gonna go to 20. 20. I was just curious if make sure I was following. Trying to figure if I'm doing a big block or small block sequence. And apparently I'm doing the big block sequence. But the way I look at it is for a left-hander, depends if you're left-handed or right-handed, really. It's really both the same sequence. It's just one you start on the left side after you do the middle, and the other start on the right side after you do the middle. Other than that, it's really the same sequence. Yeah. After doing enough of them, it just comes kind of natural. Okay, there's 20 pounds. Now we're going to go to 40. Go 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 5 steps. We're at 40. There's 40. 40. 40. 40. Now we're gonna go to 60. Luckily I ate some food. There's 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. 60. Let's go to 80. 80. 80. 80. 80. 80. 80. Getting there. 80. Okay. All right. Last stage at 100. It was one time, and I got a double check. So. There's 100. There's 100. There's 100. There's 100. There's 100. There's 100. That's right. There's 100. There's 100. 100. Last one. Let's go this way. 100. Okay. Guess I'm out of shape. Well, one more time, we'll check it. Make sure they're at 100 still. And move a little bit, they're not at 100. A little tiny movement on it. Okay. There, torque to 100 pounds. Yeehaw. Okay, anyways. One of the things I want you to know is I get done building the motor. No spark plugs in the motor. Take the torque wrench. I put it on the harmonic balancer. And I see how much torque it takes to roll over a motor. To roll over this motor the way it is, not broken, it's a fresh motor. It takes me 15 pounds to roll the motor over. Exactly 15 pounds. That's how much torque you got to put on a crankshaft to roll the engine over. None of the valve trains in. So without the valve train in, so without the spark plugs in, this is just how much it takes to roll over. You want to write that recording down. I write that recording down. It takes me 15 pounds to turn the motor over. When this motor gets broken in, I bet you it'd be 10 pounds. Okay. I bet you I could roll this over with 10 pounds. Because once the rings break in and everything gets all nice and happy, it's about what it takes to roll over the motor, 10 pounds. So now, all of a sudden, sometime, someday, your starter's having a hard time turning your motor over. You take your valve train off, back off all your valve train, pull your spark plugs out, turn the motor over. If it's not 10 pounds, if you're like 20 pounds, 30 pounds, there's something internally going on with the motor that's not right. That's why you have to always write that down, how much it took to roll the motor over when you just built it. Okay. Now you probably see some things on here that weren't on here before. I'm going to kind of show you, if I can. Okay. Kind of going to show you the stuff that I had made for this motor. Okay, you're probably looking at this. Okay, so this is a motor plate that I made. These are the spacers. All right. Now if you look at the car, you'll see right here. See that bracket? It's 1/4-inch stainless steel, and there's a 1/4-inch stainless steel plate. The stainless steel plate goes under the car. There's a 1/4-inch plate under there. It's got isolators in between it. Anyway, so I made, it's got the same thing on this side. If you can see that or not. It's got the same thing on this side. So what I did is I made those. There's a bracket on the right side of the motor. There's a bracket on the left side of the motor. It's the left side of the motor. And it goes like that. Okay. This goes just like that. I'll put it on the motor. What that does, and this is This is a Monster Miata's kit. This is Martin's kit. So you can see here's his motor. Here's his mounts right here. You see all the inside of this car. It's all been greased. I greased the hole underneath of the car. Everything's greased. Anyways, this is Martin's motor mount here and here. But what I find was happening is when I was autocrossing, the motor was tipping from side to side, and so I made up these motor plates to stop the motor from tipping inside the engine compartment. That's one of the things. This here, the Mazda Miata power steering pump doesn't come with this fitting here, so I had this fitting made. This is a stainless steel elbow, so this is made. All these spacers was made. This bracket I had made. This is a external oil cooler that I have on here. There's the bracket. There's the bracket for it to run the external oil cooler. So there's quite a few things on here that you probably didn't see. So anyhow, so I have to take this water pump out in order to get that threaded rod in there. And there's a nut bolt that goes on here. So this is just temporary on here. So I can't put this on here until I get the head in place. And then this all thread will go through there and thread into the head. And then there'll be a nut that I put on this side of it. Because I think normally it's got 3 bolts that are held here, and it needed a 4th one here. And so that's what I had done to the Mazda Miata power steering pump to support it better. Okay. So there's a few things that I'm going to have to do here. I'm going to have to pull that power steering bracket off and put this rod through there. And then I'm gonna look at it for a little bit, make sure that I did not miss anything, and ponder upon it. And then we're probably going to start doing, put the intake manifold on and start doing rock arm geometry. And I'm going to talk to you about rock arms. Okay, I'll see you soon.